And that's, I mean, that's just like, you know, can't get no better than that. I mean, look at the bottom, how perfect. I mean, it's just perfect. It's nice and crispy. It's thick. Man, that's probably a good 3/4 of an inch there thick on the sides. It's just perfect. Shrimp and jalapeno homemade personal pan pizza and some fresh grated Romano cheese on top of it. Delicious. For lunch today, we're going to make a personal pan pizza. To make the pizza dough, all we need is 6 ingredients. Now here's the yeast I like using. Works pretty good. So to make it, of course, I'm using my bread machine. This is 3 ounces of warm water and 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil, 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of yeast, half a teaspoon of salt, and a half a teaspoon of sugar. Close it, select dough, hit start. So for my pizza today, I'm making a white sauce because I'm making a shrimp pizza. And basically we got 2 tablespoons of butter. Let's go ahead and get that melted. I got my fire on medium. We got 1 teaspoon of minced garlic. I'll cook this about 30 seconds on a medium heat. Got 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. We'll cook this about a minute. We got 1 cup of just 2% milk. A little bit of a mess there. We'll whisk this together, get it nice and smooth, and basically we're just going to cook this on a medium-low heat until it starts to thicken. Hey, I'll be adding some crushed red pepper flakes. Not too much, just a little bit, just to give it a little heat. Let me get my fire up a little bit more to about a medium, just so I can start getting that to thicken a little bit. Hey, as you can see, it's starting to thicken up nicely now. So we'll go ahead and add our Parmesan. And basically just want to get it to where it melts the cheese. I'll go ahead and turn my fire off. To finish it off, we got 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. That's pretty much it. Go ahead and taste it. Adjust your salt and pepper as needed. And that's it. That's pretty much our white sauce for our shrimp pizza. Once your dough comes out of your bread maker, go ahead and knead it for 1 minute on a lightly floured surface. Most of my flour is on the outside, but if I need to put a little bit on my hands to prevent the dough from sticking. So knead it for 1 minute, and we're gonna let it rest for 15 minutes. This is 8 ounces of shrimp that I went ahead and washed in a little bit of lemon juice. And this is about a tablespoon of butter. And basically we're gonna cook this about 2 to 3 minutes, just enough to get the shrimp cooked through. I'm gonna season it with just a little bit of Tony's more spice. Use whatever you want, really. Don't really matter. Not too many. About like that. All right, we made maybe about a minute and a half. I think we're about done. Because this is gonna still cook when it's on the pizza. I'm gonna add a little bit of white wine, some Sauvignon Blanc. Don't have to if you don't want. And that's pretty much about it. I'm gonna just leave this sit in the pan until I'm ready to make the pizza. And like I said, you can cook that wine off about 30 seconds and that'll be done. So that's it. Shrimp's done, like I said, about a minute and a half to 2 minutes or so. Dough's been resting now for 15 minutes. Let's go ahead and roll it out. This is about a 10-inch pan, so that's what I'm gonna roll out my dough to. So basically go ahead and get it rolled out to 10 inches. Here's my pan, just a standard pie pan. Got a little vegetable oil in there, and I like wiping out the excess. Take you a little bit of yellow cornmeal, sprinkle that in the bottom, like such. Take our pie pan, and go ahead and put your dough in there. And I just kind of mash it down with my fingers there to get it to the edge. And you can actually make that edge come up on it a little bit to, to get that edge there for pizza crust. So pie pan works really good for making a personal pan style pizza, Once you get your crust formed to your pan, go ahead and let it rest for 25 minutes. And I usually just stick it in my oven. So with your favorite oil, go ahead and just kind of lightly coat your crust with it. This helps the sauce and everything from soaking into your crust and making it soggy. Go ahead and add our sauce to it now. Not going to use all of it. And just kind of spread it out. So let me get that done. And let's go ahead and put a little mozzarella on there now. I'm not really going to measure it. Like I said, everybody got their own amount of cheese they like on a pizza. Hey, let's take our shrimp now. Put that on the top of the pizza. And I'm not using any extra sauce because you don't want a soggy pizza. So I just put whatever sauce was sticking to the shrimp. And basically just assemble it the way you want. However much shrimp you want. I like my pizzas to have a lot of meat on them. Unlike that crappy pizzas you buy from the fast food chains where they ain't got nothing on it. Mine got a lot of stuff on it. I loaded up. Like I said, this is 8 ounces of shrimp I cooked. And I'll probably use all of it. Ain't nothing like a good pizza with a lot of meat on it. And I'm not putting any vegetables really. All I'm putting is a little bit of jalapenos on it. But you can put whatever you want on it, really. I didn't really measure the jalapenos. I'm just kind of stick them on there. These are trapeze sliced, the hot ones. I like a little heat. And there you go. That's the finished pizza. Go ahead and put it in the oven now. All right, got my rack in the middle. The oven's preheated to 425, and I'm gonna cook it for 20 minutes. That's what my oven takes. Everybody's oven's a little different, so you might have to try it a few times and make your crust come out perfect, but 20 minutes, mine comes out perfect. Hey, we got about 3 minutes left on our cook cycle. So that's how we're currently looking there, and I'm gonna just kind of finish it off with a little bit more cheese on top. I find if you put the cheese when it first starts, you'll end up having burnt cheese. So the last 3 minutes or so is when I'll add the rest of mine. And like I said, I don't really measure it. I just kind of put what I think it needs, and we'll let that finish up. And before you cut it, it's a good idea to let it rest for about 5 minutes. And as you can see, I cooked it where the crust was just starting to brown on the outside edge. That's pretty much where I wanted it. Like I said, you don't want it over browned, but the bottom is very crunchy with that cornmeal. It adds a nice crunch to the bottom of your crust. So it's a perfect pizza, it really is. Hey, everything's done. Let's give that a little taste. That's perfect. This really is a very good pizza. And like I said, pretty easy to make. There's a lot of waiting, but other than that, making a dough is actually pretty simple. You really gotta wait. So there you go. A shrimp and jalapeno homemade personal pan pizza. Delicious.